Good morning. So we had a session a few days ago, and we wanted to record a follow-up. So
Yes,
why don't you introduce yourself and maybe tell a little bit about where you're from and what you do?
of course. Well, I'm Wendy Rose Williams, and I'm a past life adventure guide, meaning I help people release energy that doesn't serve them anymore. And that's why I was so excited about this session, because that's exactly what you helped me do. So, and it just, it's made a huge difference. I'm really happy we did the session, Nadia. So thank you for it.
Would you like to share what you came with? Why you made the
Absolutely.
decision to?
Yes, the intent that I wanted to work on, I wanted to release old energy around just being so nervous with not only driving, but any sorts of transportation. So flying, simple things like taking an Uber or a Lyft, or am I going to find the subway and am I going to find my way? And just anything and everything around transportation was pretty miserable. And that's just not a fun way to live. It's like I want to be able to have some ease and grace to it, which you really helped me shift into. Made a big difference.
And how would you describe the process? I mean, it's different for every person and every client is
Sure.
different, but maybe you could share how it went for
Sure.
you.
Well, it was super easy because we set our Zoom appointment and we pre-planned for the session. And I had never tapped before, but it was just so simple to do because you just showed me what the 4 points were that we were going to use for tapping, which just anyone can do. But me just having done that tapping on my own, I don't feel I would have released the energy. It was having the session together, because I felt like you were very intuitively guided from the little conversation that we had to plan for it, to just prompt me along the way and ask me how it made me feel and why I was feeling that way, and also creating the anchor point of my happy place and just understanding to shift it and to go to a place of peace. So now when I get in the car, I literally take 15 seconds and I just go to my wonderful place on the dock at my dad's house on the lake. And it's just, I no longer am having lower back pain and my hip pain, because I think it was from this excess tension when I was driving, because I was hyper vigilant. I was too on guard. So to have that gone, it's really a gift.
So how is driving? You tested some of it, right?
Oh
You
yes,
drove
yes,
since that
yes.
session?
And it just felt happy and easy, like it should be. It's just, it was a natural skill. I mean, for heaven's sakes, I've been driving for almost 40 years, and it just, it should just be a simple, nice, easy thing to do. And I really feel it shifting into that.
hmm Is there anything else you want to share? Anything else you like? I think we went, well, or you went a little bit wider than we initially planned, getting into.
Yes, it was surprising. We got into, because it linked to the specific question around why was this coming up, and you asked me if there was a point where this had really gotten worse for me, and I mentioned a collision that I'd had with my car about 18 months ago when my car was totaled, and I'd had a really frightening accident because or 3 of the 6 airbags deployed, and it was just a very out of control spin. And you just walked me through that in a really controlled way. And what it brought up was I had been having some past life issues, honestly, because hey, I'm a past life regressionist, so I'm aware of those, and it brought up some things around authority. And we were able to release those too, because after the car collision, I needed to call the police and deal with the insurance company and deal with court. And it just brought up things that previously would have really, really tweaked me. So to just to have released that too, and to just trust that I'm safe and I'm capable and can just, deal with whatever. with a lot more joy and freedom than I felt before. Because like I said before, there was this underlying tension, there was this hyper-vigilance, and we explored those past life issues that had come up that involved transportation. There were a surprising number of them. And you just asked the most simple, gentle questions, and I could just let go of it. And we also got into the topic of soul contracts a little bit, which really surprised me. And we were able to figure those out. And once I saw that I'd been following the soul contract, even though there'd been a fatality long ago with a horse-drawn carriage that I was driving, it took a weight off my shoulders, and it was wonderful.
Thank you for sharing that. So is there anything else, maybe overall impression, or if you would advise other people to try this, or anything else you want to share?
I absolutely would advise other people to try it, because you don't have to know a lot about tapping. You don't have to know a lot about where the journey is going to go, but just trusting that you're going to lead a session that's going to be very comfortable, and yet very powerful. And you'd made a good suggestion too, that I not have a super busy day after our session. And I kind of thought, oh yeah, sure, that makes sense. You know, that's just typical healer advice. I give it myself all the time too. And a lot of people don't listen to it. But I did go and lay down after the session thinking, let me just kind of like relax and integrate this. I fell asleep for 2.5 hours. And that really surprised me. And that too showed me the depth of the energy release. And it was like resetting my nervous system in some ways from that hypervigilance. And it was really, really powerful. And it was a heck of a good nap that I was not expecting. So that spoke to the power to me also.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Wendy. And it definitely was a pleasure to work with you.
Well,
And
thank you.
thank you for this.
Thank you. Well, I wish you every success, because you just really are going to help a lot of people. And it's just it's a lovely, safe process that they don't have to know a lot about, and just need to trust that they're going to get the outcome, a wonderful outcome that they need and deserve.
Yeah, and I love doing it. So thank you so
Great.
much.
Thank you.